Right there, you cannot give that time away, especially if you're not a second faster than your competition, which obviously he's not, but he's very competitive. He's been on the box, the last podium, the last 2 races, and I'm hoping for a good start for him and see if he can challenge Seeley and Anderson for the win.
Our first main event of the night. This will be a 15-lap race, 22 riders in the gate now. This challenging Anaheim Angel Stadium circuit. The dirt out here. How do you think it's holding up tonight, Judd?
It's going to be difficult here, like Ricky mentioned earlier in the show. The track's really starting to go away, but start's going to be key for all these guys. And just like last week, I look for Cooper Webb on that Yamaha to get out front with this whole shot. I talked to him during track walk, and I asked him what he learned, and he says, I just need to be a little more patient. I was a little excited when I was out front. Just calm down a little bit, settle into a rhythm. It's going to be tough because there's so much competition in this class this year.
There are the 22 riders lined up, ready to go. Will Anderson make it 3 in a row? Will Seeley finally find himself on the top step of the podium? Or will one of the other riders like Osborne or Webb or Wilson maybe stop the run of Anderson? Here we go. Seeley with the whole shot, one rider down. It looks like it might have been the 35 of Hill.
Anderson gets pushed wide and shuffled back to about 7.
Cooper Webb runs in second. There's Hill. Good to see him up and back on his bike. And Seeley back where he's been in the early stages of the season, out front.
This may be just the type of start that Seeley needs. Where is Anderson? There he goes on the inside.
Seeley has led 25 of the 30 laps so far this year. Again, the 2 he hasn't led, 2 of those 5, the 2 most important, the last lap.
Well, what's going to happen here, I mean, he was pretty close to pace of Anderson in his heat race, okay? So you get a little gap here. If Anderson catches, gets into position like second place, so maybe mount a charge. It might be too late, but
here comes Anderson on that 17, working with Malcolm Stewart on the 34. Anderson pushing hard. Is he going to go to the inside here? Oh, yes. And he makes it very clean as he gets around Stewart.
Well, I mentioned earlier in the show that Seeley has some teammates out here, and they could work to his advantage. But when Anderson just blows by the inside of Malcolm Stewart so quick like that, it's really no ally for him. It's just Anderson has been so confident, just fearless in his passes, and this rhythm section where, well, that was a triple-double single right there, but if he nails that, he has the potential, the ability to run the fastest lap here tonight.
Lap time's coming in here.
Watching Anderson on that 17.
He lost a second that lap.
Anderson is
in traffic, though.
Yeah, a flat 6 seconds behind Seeley after the second lap.
Look how hard. 2.5 seconds, however, in front of Webb, who runs in second place. Wilson's third.
Look how hard Jason Anderson is riding. I mean, that guy is just charging everywhere. He knows that he has to make up as much time, or he isn't going to have enough laps to catch this man right here, Cole Seeley.
It'd be interesting to see what Cole Seeley's mechanic puts on the board, on the mechanics board here as they go through the mechanics there. I know we don't have a good shot of it right there, but Seeley's out front by himself right now. And so what he needs to do, this mindset, is he needs to not be thinking about anything else except the laps that he's riding now. Not thinking about Cooper Webb or Dean Wilson. Oh!
Cooper Webb having a good
ride. Wilson down, Stewart right into him. And is that Osborne? Yes, it is. And there comes the 87 as well of McElrath.
Oh, just before we cut away, I thought it was Wilson that jumped too far to the right and clipped a tough block, and sure enough, unfortunately, I was right after such a great start out of Dean Wilson.
And the troubles continue for the Pro Circuit squad.
Yeah, you can see right there. Oh, he gets off course there, hits the tough block, falls down, and Malcolm Stewart just runs right into his bike. There's nowhere for him to go.
How lucky was
Osborne.
Dean Wilson that he got over that single jump? If he had landed in the face of that jump and stopped, it could have been the end of the season, just like last year in Indianapolis.
I'm going to tell you what that did for Jason, for Cole Seeley. Jason Anderson had to check up, I believe, and he lost some time there.
Anderson is almost 7 full seconds behind. Or make that even more than that. It's more like 9 seconds behind Seeley. Seeley is just under 3 seconds in front of Webb, who holds down second place.
But also, Ricky, now Anderson, as he works forward, he doesn't have to try to go through Dean Wilson. So position-wise, it's going to make it easier, but he lost some time.
He can put his head down and try to go forward as we're a third of the way through here with round 3, 250 Supercross West Championship. And Jeff, we're even closing in almost on the halfway point to this season for these 250 West guys.
Yeah, it's a short series when you're running half of it. See the yellow flags.
Another rider being attended to there. The Asterisk medical crew. Not sure who that was.
Hey,
Burns was the rider down, but then walking away.
You know what's interesting too, there's some sections where as Seeley makes the 180, he can look back when he's in the air, and what you'll do as a rider, you'll take a look over to see where that competition is at. In certain parts of the track, you'll take a little peek to see who's in second, to pace yourself against the other guys that are behind you.
Well, let's face it, he's looking to see where Anderson is.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's pacing Anderson for sure.
How about it with Troy Lee and his guys here tonight?
Yeah, they're
first, fourth, and fifth.
Yeah. Could be a great night if they can hang on. Here's Wilson. He's battling with the 89 of Lieb. They're fighting over 6th position. Wilson has it for now.
Wilson, just like his teammate Hill, has got that rear fender bent up. Literally the same angle as what Hill's fender was after that first turn crash. It's going to be important here for Wilson to finish these laps off good. Not just position-wise. Oh, and there's Hill, speaking of.
Yep, Hill has battled back through the field. He's running in 8th on that 35 after being involved in that opening corner crash.
Both of the Kawasaki riders here, Hill and Wilson, had been so good earlier today in qualifying and the heat race. So now they're facing this adversity of these crashes, as is Osborne, who also was fast and was really looking forward to having a good main event here tonight, possibly winning.
9th for Osborne at the time.
Lieb's going to have his hand full right now, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Hill and Osborne, Nelson are on the way. They're definitely running a good pace.
Nelson is on the 50. He rounds out the top 10 behind this group. There he is.
Such a bummer, you know, when you're coming through a section like that and somebody falls in front of you and there's nowhere you can go.
Fight for second. Ricky starting to build some momentum here. Cooper Webb on the 37. Anderson on the 17 has closed in. That's the fight for position. Here comes Anderson. Boy, did he get through the whoops good.
But before that triple before the whoops, he's nailing that.
Anderson, second place is his.
Dude, this guy.
That was easy enough right there.
I'm telling you right now, this guy is on the gas. We got 7 laps to go. We're just past, or just half lap past halfway. He's got to chop some wood, but this guy is flat flying.
Okay, so take a look at the lap times. Last time around, Seeley goes 51.5, Anderson 51.9. I'm sorry, Anderson at 52 flat. So virtually the same. Let's see if Anderson can chip into that 4.5 second lead. Remember, not long ago, Anderson was as much as 7 or 8 seconds behind.
7, make it 6.5 laps remaining in round 3. Can you imagine if Anderson runs him down again? The gap now, Seeley opened it up a little bit, 5.7.
Oh, Anderson had a bad lap of 53.2, so he's going to have to drop that. He's capable of running almost 2 full seconds a lap faster than what he did last time around.
Seeley with 3 career wins. That last one coming 18 starts ago, January of 2012, but it was here in Anaheim.
Just caught Anderson over that first triple jump, taking a look over to the right to see where Cole Seeley was. Right now, as this is the point of the race, nails the triple again. This is a point where Anderson, mentally, he is telling himself all good, positive thoughts. You can do this. Hit your line perfect here. Keep trying, okay?
You have to focus so far ahead. Oh, man, barely. Anderson barely beat Cole Seeley's lap time that lap by a couple thousandths of a second.
I'll tell you, the other thing I'm noticing is that Seeley's getting through traffic very well right now. That's a huge plus. He's not getting held up. That's what hurt him in the past.
That's right. The first race, to be exact.
Seeley going a little back and forth through the whoops there, getting really skatey.
Yeah.
Tell you what, these whoops here have been pretty challenging for these riders here. Wait.
There's a good look at Anderson. Now let's slow his action down.
Yeah, look at where his eyes are focused, looking ahead to the left, not even looking down at the whoops. It's like instinctually he knows where the bike's going to go. He peeks to the left to see where Anderson was at, going back down the start straight.
That's right.
Did I have my names backwards?
You had to.
there?
I think you might have had.
Twice,
I think you might have.
Seeley is who he was looking at. Anderson's who we
It's
were
not like
watching.
there's a mirror on the front of the bike.
It's not like we haven't all done it ourselves.
You know, you always think, at this point, you think, okay, Seeley might have it wrapped up, but this track is so slippery, anything can happen.
It's not going to take a big mistake to close this
That's right.
out.
The season has been wild already. Anything can happen.
Anderson just picked up 1/10 of a second.
Well,
Lead
he is
5.6 seconds.
Seeley has just passed Ferris, who's running an 11.
4 to go, a little less than 4 to go.
Watching the field come through, that was Tedder. Here's Cooper Webb holding down third. Man, what a great start to his season.
I would say that this has been a really good ride here tonight. He's made some mistakes in the first 2 rounds, got a great start, and now he's in a real comfortable position where he can just focus on his own race right now. He doesn't have to think about other riders around him. Little less than 3 laps to go. It'd be great to put that Yamaha up on the podium.
That'd be a nice confidence booster. And that they got a little kicker jump there before the whoop section. Kind of slow him down a little bit. Yeah, he is.
Closing in on Tedder.
Yeah, dealing with some lap traffic here.
Tedder's in 12. Here's our leader. I mentioned it's been 18 starts since Seeley has won again. In those 18 starts since that last win, 6 times he's finished second.
Wow, so close. I'll tell you what, little less than 2 laps to go right now. The sense of urgency that Seeley has ridden with out front. Lap times were still amazing, a 52.8. Anderson was a little bit quicker, 4/10 of a second quicker that last time around, but he has made Anderson really have to chase him beyond his capabilities. There he goes in the blue jersey. Anderson here still chasing.
Let's see how Seeley's getting to the whoops. We'll use that for our Toyota replay.
Well, watch what he does right here. This is going down the third baseline. That roller coming into the first whoops. Look what they have to do. There's a lot of risk involved in that and a lot of technique to plant that front wheel and the rear wheel down precisely on the first whoop.
What a great shot.
Making that Lucas Oil Honda look really good. I can tell you that. He has ridden the perfect main event here tonight.
Well, this is the part that's been the trickiest for Cole Seeley. The last lap. He's got to just put it all together. The first 2 races of the year, he's led more laps than anybody, but halfway through the final lap, he's lost the lead twice.
Here he comes. Yeah.
He's done it. Seeley puts it all together. And finally, the checkered flag is his. Seeley wins. Anaheim 2.
Anderson comes by 3.3 seconds behind.
And this fight for the West Coast Championship is going to march on to Northern California, and it's a good one. 3 points separate those two. A lot of buildup coming into round 3 about Anderson and Seeley going bar to bar again. Seeley getting out into the lead. And this time, he holds it all the way to the checkers and takes the win. Welcome back to Angel Stadium. Here we are. There's the winner's podium. And on the top step, finally tonight, Jenny, Cole Seeley.
Yes, I'm standing here with a smiling Cole Seeley tonight. Cole, it's nice to see you up here so happy. This is your 4th career win. How does it feel to be here tonight, but not only be here, to hold on to that win throughout the race?
It was awesome. We've done so much testing. Me and my mechanic, Rich, Ryan Cox, our engine guy, just all the guys from Showa. We've put in so many hours at the test track during the preseason and this week, and we just knew exactly what we needed in the main to throw down some laps, and felt good to finally have a little bit of breathing room on that last lap. Last 2 laps I played a little conservative, just wanted to make sure that thing was mine. I knew I had a pretty good gap on Jason, but just feels so good to finally be on the top of the box. I've been so sick the past 2 weeks, and just helped so much too with my confidence. Got to thank my team, Troy Designs, Lucas Oil Honda, Metro Honda for getting me to the track. Just everybody behind me, my agent Brian, my trainer Brian Lopes, just everyone, my girlfriend, my parents, everybody behind me. It's been an awesome year so far. We're going to keep the momentum going forward.
Let's show you the results. And you know, credit to him fighting through this sickness that a lot of people are dealing with this time of year. And not only that, as we see Justin Hill fighting his way backwards to 5th with a great run there, but Seeley just never gave up on himself, did he?
No, and that's great. I mean, it was an outstanding ride for Anderson and Seeley.
Let's take a look at our progressive pass of the race.
Taking a look here with Webb out front over the finish line, and look at Anderson. Scrubs the finish line jump, totally committed. If Webb had tried to cut down, I imagine he would have some orange on his blue Yamaha when he got done.
All right, let's go back to the podium. Here's Jenny again.
Jason Anderson with the 2nd place finish tonight. You only finished a little over 3 seconds behind Cole. Are you disappointed with that finish?
No, I'm not disappointed at all. You know, it just it takes a good season, and it takes not making mistakes and crashing. So you take the good with the bad, and you know, that wasn't bad. I gained valuable points, and I'm still in the points lead. So you know, I couldn't do it without my whole team behind me: Rockstar Energy Racing, KTM, One Industries, Cannondale, and just everyone behind me that's helping me out. Thanks a lot.
Yep, heading to Oakland. Anderson, 3 markers in front of Seeley. Osborne very much alive, as is Webb and Wilson and Stewart, and then it starts to get thinner after that. Let's go right back down to the podium. Here's Jenny again.
Cooper Webb, excited already. This is your 1st career podium. Walk me through this moment, and of course, tell me about the race.
It's unbelievable, man. I got off to a really good start. I got another hole shot and just tried to get out there and ride the best I could. I was pretty nervous out there, and once Jason got around me, I kind of just was like, man, I just want to get on the podium. But